Looking to trade your old bulk for some of the latest Pokemon booster boxes? Well, check ccgcastle.com. The process is very simple. Send in 1400 cards and get a brand new sealed booster box back. We ship boxes worldwide for free once we get your cards. Make sure to check video description or check ccgcastle.com for more information.
How's it going, Pokefans? Once again, welcome back to Pokemon TCG Center. Today's video, I decided to play this custom version of the Decidueye GX deck featuring Vileplume, just because it's a pretty badass deck and it really works in real life. So this deck actually lost in the finals yesterday against Drampa with the Garbodor, but overall I really like it. I decided to tag some other cards inside like the Espeon EX and Oricorio, as also, as you can see, there's one copy of Tapu Koko, just a regular one who can actually spread the damage around the board. So my version of the deck is basically to try to spread as many damage counters around and maybe possibly finish the game by taking a couple knockouts with Oricorio Supernatural Dance. So yeah, the main strategy of course is to set up Vileplume to item lock your opponent, also yourself, and with couple Decidueyes of course spread the damage counters around with the feeder arrows, and of course Lugia as well as the Tapu Koko GX can also help to attack with just a single double course energy. On the other side, Tapu Koko can use Flying Flip for the double course energy. But for one energy, for example, Oricorio and Espeon EX can use that Miraculous Shine or maybe a Supernatural Dance. This Miraculous Shine attack is very good, especially if you play against evolution decks. For example, you can maybe even use Espeon EX as a good counter in the mirror matches where you can simply devolve your opponent Decidueyes, for example, from 240 to something like 80 HP and pretty much easily take the knockout just by devolving your opponent Pokemons. But the same thing will apply for the Pokemons that evolves from the base stage to the stage 2 with the rare candy. That can also be very devastating for your opponent, especially under the item lock. So yeah, 26 Pokemons, 27 trainer cards on 7 energies. So running 1 copy is Lugia, 3 copies of Shaymin EX, and 1 Tapu Koko for Draw and Supporter Surge. In addition to that, line of 2 of each Oddish Glum and Vileplume, 4/4 line of the Decidueye of course, and some tech cards like Tapu Koko, Espeon, and of course Oricorio. I really like that Oricorio. In the late game, this can be such a disgusting card for your opponent. I really don't want to talk too much about it. Alright, so moving on to the item cards. 1 copy of Field Blower, just because we can. I think it's very important to face Garbodors and be able to scrap their tools from the Garbotoxin one, so we can use those feeder arrows. So that's the reason why 1 Field Blower is inside of this build. 2 copies of Level Balls, as well as 4 copies of Ultra Ball. In addition to that, I'm running 2 copies of Revitalizers, so I can recover my grass Pokemons from the discard pile. Also have 3 copies of Trainer's Mails for the good consistency. Then moving on to some stadium cards, of course, we really need to have as max number of Forest of Giant Plants as we can have, so that's the reason why I'm running 4 of them. There is only 9 supporters, as you can see, 3 Ants and 4 Sycamores for the Drought support, and 2 copies of Lysander for that Snipe on the bench. And more than that, 2 copies of Floatstones for the Furry Treat on our Vileplume, if we can pull, of course, Floatstone in the early game before we actually apply that item lock, and 7 energies instead of the 8 in my original deck that I used, 4 double cores and 3 grass energies. And that's pretty much it. That's my deck list. It's very unique and unusual, I should definitely say that, with some other tech cards like Tapu Koko, Espeon, and Oricorio, as well as the Tapu Koko GX. So if you're looking for any of these cards, make sure to visit ccgcastle.com. You can find a link in my video description for any of these cards. You can get 5% discount on your purchase. If you type TCG Center 5 code, will apply only for the first purchase. And if you're looking also maybe to trade your bulk for the upcoming Guardian, for the upcoming booster box, or maybe Guardian Rising, or any older set from the evolution to the oldest one, just make sure to check video description because you can find everything you need to know. So let's do some game tests so you can actually see how this deck will perform in action. So see you in the game. Alright, so time for the game, time for the deck test, time for the battle, whatever you want to call it. I'm gonna call heads. And unfortunately for me, I'm gonna start second here. Alright, let's just be patient. It's definitely not the end of the world. I'm having pretty strong start here with my Tapu Koko. This is the perfect start you can get. Trust me. With this deck, this is so important to have something like a Tapu. I see Revita Laser and the Choice Band on the other side, so I might face also the Decidueye deck. That could be very interesting. Ooh, interesting. Tapu Koko, Tapu Lele. So many different Tapus in play. Starting with a double Cores Energy. And there is one copy of Wonder Tech Tapu Lele for my opponent. So, what can he get? Oh, don't play that Anne. Why Anne? Okay, I mean, it's okay. It's not that bad, to be honest. I mean, I can still get something better, but I can completely draw nothing. Okay, oh, it's much better. At least I'm just gonna lose one double Cores Energy, but I will have access to my Dartrix and Glum, so I'm not gonna regret that and from my opponent's side. Yep, definitely time for one Sycamore. I'm in search for one Decidueye, if it's possible. Ultra Ball is the best card that we can get here, but even Floatstone will just do a good job. Yeah, I mean, this turn I can spread 4 damage counters to one Pokemon in play and then 20 to each of them. It's definitely not enough for the knockout, but I'm just gonna looking forward to apply some pressure to his Vulpix. And I don't see reason. I really don't see reason. But let's just better keep that Fill Blower for a little bit later. Okay, let's just try to do something like this. Let's just be mysterious here. There's a Ninetales, which I kind of like. So there's also a Dartrix. So it's a Decidueye Ninetales deck. I just need to spread as many damage counters as I can and then simply devolve with my Miraculous Shine, Espeon EX, all of his Pokemons from play. And there's a V-Seeker, which means I'm just gonna face another N. Alright, I like that. I like the fact that I'm just gonna draw a fresh hand of 6 new cards, to be honest. Okay, let's see. He can also spread a lot of damage counters with that Ninetales. No question about that. Ninetales is so damn good deck. I mean, I have like 15 victories in a row with a single Ninetales GX, a pure Ninetales GX deck. That's just insane. I mean, I like it so much that I simply cannot say how much I like it. Alright, I have plenty of Trainer's Mails, so I'm hoping for something like a Floatstone for the first, of course. Let's see. I can theoretically speaking, I can knock out his Ninetales on the bench, which can be very strong. Which can definitely be very strong play. A Trainer's Mail can offer me another N, but let's say I'm very greedy and I don't want to take that N, so I'm just gonna play my Ultra Ball, which is gonna be for something like a Shaymin EX. Yeah, it's definitely gonna be for the Shaymin EX. Revita Laser play, I don't need to play it yet. I'm just gonna set up and then try to see what I can find with my Revita Laser. Setting up Shaymin. Okay, looks interesting. Especially because I'm gonna throw out one Ultra Ball for my Decidueye and Forest of John Plant, which will be for the Ninetales, which will be for the Vileplume, of course. Ooh, but I don't have energy. I need also energy to attack here. Yeah, I didn't count on that. I have Revita Laser, which means I can grab Glum. More than that, since I maybe have another Revita Laser available, I'm thinking about just discarding one of my Vileplumes, you know, just in case. Just in case. No, I didn't play this turn well. Anyways, Set up for 4 under the item lock. I mean, pretty much all I really need here is just a single energy card. And I didn't find one, so since I didn't find energy card, I'm just gonna Lysander his Tapu Lele and spread more damage counters with my Flying Flip. At least for now, that's all I can do. I can try to stall a little bit, which is actually a perfect one, because next turn if I can find energy card, I can just retreat to my Espeon and take knockout against Ninetales, plus I can also maybe theoretically possibly take the knockout against his Decidueye in a couple more turns. Shaman also will work just perfectly fine for the Sky Return, to be honest. But I wish I had more options to bench at least one more Pokemon, but unfortunately I don't have, so let's just spread more feeder arrows. Because we can do that, and let's just pass the turn and see what our opponent is capable to do. I mean, if he can somehow retreat with, let's say, Olympia down to his Decidueye, well, he can definitely do a lot of damage counters. He can strike for 90 and take 2 prize cards. But okay, I'm still just waiting for a supporter card. If he tries to bench another maybe Decidueye, then I will definitely see my opportunity to play another Lysander if I don't draw nothing. That's for sure. And we'll just, you know, try to buy some time. Oh, there we go. Speaking about Espeon, well, there's Espeon also on my opponent's side. Kind of like that. Look at this beast. Well, I'm just gonna say I'm in a little bit better position just because I have Tapu Koko available. Oh, there we go with the end. 1 double Course Energy is all I really need. I already played one. 1 is in my discard pile. 1 Grass Energy is in my discard pile, which means that I only have like 4 energies available to draw. And unfortunately, not a single one has been drew by me. At least there's Professor Sycamore, so I'm gonna have chance to grab 7 fresh new cards with double Course Energy. I can Sky Return, and I hope I can just find one for the Sky Return. So there's another feeder arrow, and he decided to snipe my Espeon this time. Yeah, Sycamore for 7. Give me that DC. Oh, no way. No sign of the double Course Energy. So there we go again. There we go again, my friends. No sign of the double Course Energy, but what I have here is just the Grass Energy. I can definitely retreat. I can pay a retreat cost into my Tapu Koko and Flying Flip around. That's gonna work perfectly fine. As long as he don't have energy for the retreat, I'm fine. Of course, he can snipe with his Ninetales, but what's gonna happen? What's gonna happen if I just decide to retreat into my Espeon and evolve his Pokemons? So far, I can knocks out like Vulpix for sure. One of his Decidueyes can also be knocked out. The second one is very close to be knocked out. So 2 feeder arrows. And all I really need is just the energy as a top deck. Will I get one? It's a very close game, we shall see. I think it should be much better if I decided to go with my end, because right now I only have like 1 more Sycamore and 1 end left in my entire deck. And even worse, he managed to find the double Course Energy, so he can knocks out my Tapu Koko. Right. Dartrix. And Rowlet. Another one. Well, yeah, I really want to take that price card. He can strike for like 40. I'm just gonna keep my Vileplume for now in play. I think how Vileplume for now in play will just works just perfectly fine. We don't need it. There's a finally Grass Energy, so he can knock out my Vileplume this turn if he wants. Oh, he decided to gift me with his M. Alright, 6 fresh cards for me. I just need that energy card. And finally, there's a energy, but most important, I also managed to drop that Oricorio, which is going to help me a lot in this matchup. That Oricorio is just what I need. So he definitely wants to spread as many damage counters on his Espeon as on my Espeon as he can. There we go. An energy drive. I'm also thinking maybe about... Dartrix is 80 HP, so he can be knocked out, he can be knocked out. He can't, but he can right now. Yeah, just retreat, you know how we can do that. I'm very scared, to be honest, to play my Sycamore, but if I do that, I can theoretically pull like 4 prize cards. But I guess I don't need to be that much greedy. Let's just use Miraculous Shine. So, yeah. Plenty of Pokemons are gonna be knocked out here. There's no question about that. I can take 3 prize cards, but that Oricorio in my hand is something that my opponent probably didn't predict. Because right now he have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 Pokemons, which means I can spread 8 damage counters to any of his Pokemons in play. I only have 3 prize cards left. So yeah, I mean, Sycamore and Oricorio is all I really need with the energy card. I can win this game in next turn. Oh my gosh. Okay, so he can strike for 60. Or he can knock me out, which is even better for me, to be honest, with that energy drive. Oh no, he can strike for 80 still. Ooh. I don't see a reason why I wouldn't do that. Feeder Arrow, knockout, 1 prize card, I'm down to 2. And there we go with the N. After that, I'm just gonna Sky Return with one of my Shaming from play. Before I do that, I'm just gonna N. So I can actually have 2 cards more for the setup. Oh, even better, there's another Decidueye. There we go. Okay, so 2 more damage counters. Should go to his active Tapu Lele. And I'm just Sky Returning back to my Vileplume. If he can knock out my Vileplume, that means that I can play my item cards, I can Ultra Ball from my Oricorio, and I can actually end the game here next turn. So I just need to survive. He can strike for now for like a 60. 1 more energy and he can do like 80, which will be enough for the knockout against my Vileplume, which he definitely... Oh no, it's not gonna be. Oh, what is wrong with my mat today? I don't know. I'm just out of the focus. Anyways, 2 Feeder Arrows are gonna be more than enough. More than enough with another Sky Return Shaming loop here. Let's just do that. Let's just do that. Sky Returning my Shaming back into my Vileplume, so he can definitely... Actually, that's not a good idea. Let's just... Oh, that's it. My last prize card. I took 2 prize cards. I was so into this game that I even didn't check what is going on around. But yeah, you can see how good and how disruptive actually can Tapu Koko be with the Espeon EX. Even better, I didn't even had a chance to play my Oricorio, but if I had a chance to also strike with my Supernatural Dance, that means that I would be able to deal so many damage counters to my opponent Bansheed Pokemon and still keep his maybe probably active in range where he can't one-hit knockout my Oricorio, which would be completely broken and nightmare for my opponent. So anyways guys, I hope you enjoy watching this video, so make sure to hit the thumbs up and subscribe to the channel for more good videos and more deck ideas. I think this is probably the craziest and the best epic deck list that you can find for the Decidueye GX deck, so definitely please consider subscribing and let me know also what you think about this deck in the comments below. I hope you will see you also in the next video. Stay tuned for the live stream, which I'm probably gonna broadcast later tonight. So till the next time, have a nice day where you are and see you in the next video. So goodbye.